Greetings, Shelpers. Thank you for joining me today. I know it's a bit different down here. We're gonna try a Valentine making stream today, and I'm going to do a very specific type of Valentine, and that is a half Valentine. Okay, so all you need, technically, are card blanks like these, except in the front, you're gonna cut about half the cover off. You're going to be thinking, well, why the hell would I want to do this? And I messed up on this one. That's definitely less than half, but we have our 3 Valentines here. So you're going to need pretty paper for the interior and exterior pieces. So I have some here of different designs. These have red foil hearts, very nice. Husband will be making dinner during this, so we have an open floor plan. So if you hear anything like clunking or sizzling or whatever, then that's what's going on. All right, so I did some prep work yesterday, and I made this envelope with all these little pieces in it for later. But for now, we are going to find this stuff because I cut some paper already to hopefully somewhat appropriate lengths. And why I did that was it'll hopefully go easier. So these hearts right here are vertical. So we're going to have to make these into a vertical card. And some designs go better horizontally. I might sneeze. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay. So these, I think, are interior pieces or pieces left over. But I have some interiors cut. Like, I do have one of these cut for the interior, right here. So we can look at, sort of, what this will look like when it's closed. So it's going to look like that. And I think that would go pretty spiffy with the red. Let me see what I have for external pieces now. We're going to leave that there while I look, because I think this is pretty much an external piece, but I'm not sure the rainbow heart theme goes very well with just the heart theme, so oops, we're going to leave that. I also have like this kind of black rainbow scale thing. Again, not the best option I don't think we have. Okay, or I don't think that we have. And then we have this thing, which is like a bunch of red words like love you, truly, you're mine, stuff like, you know, regular Valentine. Almost said vampire. Whoops, sentiments. Don't want to let the cat out of the bag too early there. And all right, so that would make a decent Valentine card, I think. I'm not entirely sure. We do also have this like reddish confetti one. We have this red heart one that could also go with that. That actually might be a better hit considering. So let's take out, but then again, okay, this is a horizontal, this is a vertical. So if we swap out the vertical, this would be a horizontal card right here. I think that's a better bet, actually, looking at it now. So let us commence. Let's see how badly I messed up. Because some of these are shorter than another, and if I do this, then this hangs off. So what I'm going to do, you could do one of two things when this happens. You could try to shorten it before you put it on or after. I might actually need my paper trimmer for this because I am special. Unless that's the wrong piece. I think I made a more narrow piece so that more of the red would stick out, but I don't know if we like that better or not. Okay, first of all, when you have writing, you make sure you do it right side up. I've done the opposite before. Okay, so this would have a red border if we did this. A significant red border. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that's something you have to acknowledge. So do we want a red border like this? Or do we want to cut the other one more true to size? Well, since we have the pretty color red, I think we could use this piece. I think that's what I might have intended last night when I totally didn't fuck up my measurements or anything. So we are going to get our glue runner. Every time my husband hears me say, we are going to get, he's like, is that my cue? No, we're good for now. Thank you, husband. And this is what I always use. Some people use this in conjunction with another. They find these aren't sticky, but I do find the AdTech are very sticky. And we are going to go ahead and we are going to glue down our internal papers. I don't think I can do that while I'm on camera, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fit it into the card as well as I can. So we're going to pop it in, use the table to help us. That way it's as flush as can be. And then what I like to do is I like to lift up on the cardstock that is currently fit inside. And then I like to actually start with running the glue runner between the sheets while I lift up. And then I like to set it back down. Why? My eyesight is fucked and I can't actually do any kind of aligning, any kind of accurate measuring. I try, I attempt. You need somewhat of a good eyesight thing for this. Eyes that align, I do not have them. I have what some people consider a lazy eye, but that's not correct because I can swap them. Plus, you know, I need new glasses. Plus, I probably have like a bunch of negatives on my actual diagnosis. I have strabismus. I have a bunch of lovely eye issues, but okay. So we smooth that out there. Another thing I really love about glue runners, they're tackier than a glue stick, and also they don't leave like this like residue that gets dark if it's on there, but it stays sticky if you don't do it correctly. So this is what it looks like glued in. It's already really cute. Hi, good to see you too. My day is going all right. I hope yours is as well. So we got this piece glued down. We don't know how long it's going to take before the pain starts, but I am on my medication, let's say. All right, so this is going to be our top piece. It's going to showcase some of that red border. So we all remember when it has words, you always have to do it the correct way. Not me making a Christmas card a couple months ago, and having ho 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 on one part and oh 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 on another part. Because guess who put it upside down? That would be me. So I'm going to try to center this. This is not going to be easy on me. My eyesight is trash. So I'm going to just lift it up. Leave a strip, glue it down. It really dries out fast, but if you have some on the outside, it stays tacky forever. So sometimes my cards will stick to the envelopes. That's not... Hopefully I put it right side up. Valentine hug me, soulmate forever. This is kind of what it says up here. Very good. By very good, I mean I don't think I fucked it up too badly. Now, you can do this a number of ways. You can leave this part be your outside sentiment. So this part right here, you could say what you want to say on here. Or, what I think I'm going to do is, I have some stuff in this envelope. I had to like put different little pieces in it. Fuck. Okay, I have sentiments that would go normally on a regular card, like XOXO. Happy Valentine's Day. Sending all my love. Just very cute. Oh, yeah. It's, I can switch eyes. Okay, so, for those of you who don't know, when I was a baby, my eyes were crossed. And when they were crossed, they're like, she needs surgery to correct it. Because, of course, that's a Valentine love coupon. This one says, hey, cutie. This one says, love with a pair of lips. This is cute. It has the candy hearts on it. Something match. Hang on. The perfect match. There we go. The perfect match with some matches. Don't give it to your local firebug. Dipped strawberries that say you're sweet. That's very cute. That would actually go pretty well on this card. Okay, so what we want the sentiment to do now is we kind of want our sentiment to hang in the middle of this. But yeah, I can focus. Okay, so when I was a baby, my eyes were crossed. So they said I needed surgery. When I had surgery, my eye relaxed completely. My eyes relaxed. And they went normal. So the doctors didn't cut as much as they thought they should have because my eyes actually were normal. Well, now only one eye can focus straight at a time, but I can. I can focus both. It's just when I'm focusing one, the other eye hits the wall. And then I can swap the other eye out. It's actually really cool because I don't get eye strain nearly as much as the rest of you fuckers. Because I only have to work one eye at a time. Okay, this one says, hey, I love you, and then love you too. It's like a conversation. Okay, so if we go with this, right here, this you're sweet. Although there is this just Valentine's Day as well, which is nice. But if we go with your sweet, it will hang down this way, which is fine. So what we're going to do, and what you might ask me is, well, how are we going to write anything on this stupid card on the inside? Okay, valid. So what you do is you take a piece of paper, kind of the size of your sentiment hanging down, and you put it behind it. So see this white piece of paper right here? This one right here. It's kind of thin, so it'll show the background a little bit, but you'll be able to write a sentiment on it. So what I have to do now is figure out how far down I want this to hang. And then I need to figure out if I'm going to need to cut some of the length or width off this to hide it behind here. And that's what I need to do. So you see what are you picking up what I'm putting down? This goes underneath. This gets tacked to here. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. Is try to put this strawberry sentiment in the middle-ish. But not hang it down too low. So maybe about there. And yes, it will cut off some of our words. If that bothers you, we can find something else. Okay, so that's one option. That's a decent one. We're going to put that aside. Also, I want to show you what I did. And that is when you're working with this kind of thing. Sometimes the best route is a simple one. And that is, okay, we can take these, but I don't want to take the red because it's already red. So we got to find a different one. See this I made last night? This is where you can put the sentiment. Oh, that's nice. My eyesight's totally borked. I have strabismus, stigmatism, astigmatism, whatever the hell, all of that. So, this right here has a matching piece in this. And this is just plain cardstock with a fancy border. But you would put this piece on the front. I'm not going to put purple with the red, don't worry. And then you put the matching piece under it. That way it covers it up. And yes, we would decorate this with some nice hearts or something. So it isn't going to look like it's just a piece hanging. I also have some pink stuff, which is smaller. Again, fancy border. So this looks like a nice option as well. I think the strawberries, though, were our best bet. I do have lime green ones for a certain other card I'm making. I would not put that on the red. We are not making a weird Christmas card. So these are square ones, and then these are darker pink. So let's take a look at the lighter pink versus the darker pink. And then let's take a gander at which one might be better for our card. They both would work, actually. I can kind of see that. Husband's trying to get me to see the chat better. He's such a great person. Okay. Lighter or darker? I think the lighter would go better, but I'm still not hooked on this. I really did like our strawberry idea better. Although we could just put like this little like Happy Valentine's Day and then a little, that would look nice too. But, and it's a heart theme versus a strawberry theme, but we could also be over hearting ourselves by doing this. So it all kind of depends. I think the lighter contrast is better. Yeah, I think so too. But we're either doing that or we're doing this with just like a white slip of paper under it. Because I do like the pink that comes in, but also the red from the strawberries that comes in, that hangs down. I'm not sure which one we're better off with. Like, legitimately better off with. But yeah, these are whatever Valentines, you can do whatever you want with them and just figure it out. So I'm not sure. Either we put the white slip of paper down or we do the light pink. Don't worry, the light slip of paper is only to write a sentiment. The strawberries would be on the outside. So here's our pink again. And then here is our... So we're going to either decorate the pink or we're going to have the strawberries on the outside. I'm not sure which one. I do like the strawberries though. The light pink also works better. So let's see. Okay, this would be basically our card with the strawberries on it. Let me just push that in there. Get the sentiment out of the way. Versus this thing, which we could put down lower technically. So we could have that as well, like in the middle somewhere. I don't know. Either way, we have a matching sentiment piece. But this does give us more versatility. We can color it with other things, etc., etc. Plus, I do have heart scratchers I could put on. So, well, you know, we might do the strawberries. Well, let us do the strawberries. They're less intrusive right now. Okay, so we're gonna try to find a place to put the strawberries. Unfortunately, I have to tack down before I line this shit up. I can't do it like I do the other things, so make sure you're not running your glue runner across on your other paper in case you get your other paper sticky. I've never done that though, Shelpers. Absolutely never have done that. Okay, we're gonna like try to like put it... I'm probably gonna fuck this up. Pray for me, pray for me. Adhering. I think it's crooked. I believe it is. Yes, no, I don't know. Now I'm going to have to put more adhesive on it. It's upside down right now, Shelper, so don't think you're going nuts. Okay, we're going to like try to add like just a little bit more glue right there. Okay, we are adhered. And this is what the front is going to look like. And then we're going to measure this out so that when we put this in here, also my strip of card is white in here. You could also write something else up here. Or you could put another contrasting paper piece in there to cover up the white, or you could do a secret message. So you could put in a piece of contrasting paper, not tack it down all the way, and then just say like leave a little pull tab for people and lift up to see like a secret little drawing or something like that. But we're not going to worry about that because the white goes well with the hearts. But yeah, you can also put a message up there if you want to, but since most people are interested in cards that are more, regular, okay, we're going to have to cut our piece down because it literally overhangs. So let me get out my scissors, my normal scissors. Wherever the hell I put that, let me see. There we go. Got my nice big shiny normal scissors. Yep. Knocked the card away from me with that going on. Okay, and you can take the normal piece and just try to cut it straight. Cutting straight is not in my vocabulary. Remember to keep measuring as you want to make sure everything is going well. Okay, it's completely hidden. The only bad part is it's not going to be, okay, not completely, but you get what I'm saying. The only bad part is it's not going to be all the way in the middle. So like people like things that are completely centered in cards, and this is going to kind of be like this. Like towards the top part of our card. Like hitting the top and then folding over. Which is still fine. So we can do that. People don't always like that, but we can sure do it. So we're going to tap it down. I mean, people are lucky to get Valentines at all. Husband and I do not do the Valentine Day thing. I do the Valentine Day for friends, family, stuff like that usually. I always make a special one for a little wolf, even though it kills me inside, because that's what aunties do. Alright, so when you line up this thing, make sure you can close the card on the paper without like messing up the paper. So again, we can just lift it up a little, tape it down, pray to any god of the crafters that you did this correctly. Now you can go back to the top part and tack it down up here. And then put it down. And hopefully I did this correctly and this should be almost all hidden. It's not quite. You can see like a little bit of the white hanging over if you look really close, but it's good enough. And we got our sentiment, ability to write a sentiment in here, and our overhang card. These are called half cards. The ones where you like take off half the cover. And I thought I had never shown you these before, so that they would be an interesting thing. So that's card number 1. That's cute. I'm going to try to put this aside somewhere. I might have my assistant take our first card. Okay, now we are going to deal with this purple one right here. Now, instead of doing the papers, I could literally like just find sentiments and like do them all the way down. That would also be an option. But first, we're going to try to find matching paper. Okay. Because remember, we should have horizontal with horizontal. Okay, this is one of our interior cards, rainbows. And that has to be vertical because the paper design is vertical. So what other designs do we have that are vertical? We also have this as a vert. I have a strip for it. But I don't know if I see the rainbows with the hearts. I can find the strip and show it to you. I also have this, but it's horizontal. But I could still do this. Make the one rainbow horizontal so it looks like fish scales, or mermaid scales, or peacock feathers. And then have the rainbows. So we have kind of the repeating rainbow pattern. I have, like I said, I have this, which goes either horizontal or vertical. So we kind of have a nice sprinkles theme. Now that I'm looking at it, the sprinkles might have been excellent with the cupcakes. I don't know if we have cupcakes, actually. I was going to say strawberries, but we had strawberries, not cupcakes. So I love it because to me, it's just another holiday to show you give a shit about someone. But husband and I don't celebrate it because we're always like, if you need a holiday to like let your spouse know you care about them or your partner or whoever, then you might not be doing this whole thing right. And I know some people are like, it's just an excuse to like put on your clothes and like go to a restaurant and have a party and buy each other presents. Yeah, okay. But you don't need to do that. You could just be like, hey, honey, it's a Tuesday. Here's some strawberries. Here's some edible panties. Like, go nuts. Like, you don't have to do that. Okay, we got to take the rainbows out. We have these again. The purple might be a good contrast for the hearts. I actually like that better than I did the red. Although, I mean, I think the pink might be best for it. I don't know. We could do hearts on hearts, but I think that's a little too on the nose. Like, what is the point, basically? Let's see what else we have here. I have other papers. I just did not cut them all. Because I was like, I'm only doing a few on stream, so. But yeah, I have a whole pad of paper elsewhere. I also have these black hearts I use sometimes. So we could try the hearts with the like confetti background. That's kind of plain. But it's not bad. I honestly think part of it is people just really want a reason to celebrate midwinter. Like, it's so, like, a lot of people get really depressed. Here's another piece of this, but we already used it. Here's vertical rainbows and the cupcakes, or the confetti. Looks like sprinkles on a cake. That's why I said that. Okay. We also have this stuff for the interior. Although I didn't cut it correctly. No, it overhangs. I think this was just a piece I had left over. So I want to do the hearts on the interior, this stuff. And then for the exterior, I want to do... Good question. What do I want to do? I don't want the rainbows. I want the rainbows together. So I guess we're on the confetti. I think I did the confetti in the wrong size as well. I did. So we're going to have a lot of purple, but that's actually okay. So it's going to look something like this. So pink and like the heart interior, this over here. We could just put this Valentine's Day thing in the middle of here and then write our sentiment on the interior flap. We could try that. And people will be like, that's weird, that's not how cards work. You know how cards work, shoppers? Any fucking way you make the card, okay? So, here are some of my other papers, by the way. I love this one. I don't know if you can tell that the hearts are shiny. Oh yeah, you can. Look at those shiny bitches. They're so amazing. I didn't cut a paper for it, though. I should have. I have more cards to make than the ones we're making on stream. So, yeah, your cards work the way you want them to work. So if I want the interior to be the sentiment on the flap here, that's what I'm doing. So as long as it makes sense to you, do it. You're not getting a greeting card from a store, and that's actually to an advantage. You want to do unusual layouts, you want to try weird folds, you want to do like a weird like sectional pop-up, you want to do a 3-panel card, do it. Like, this is the time. You're not stuck with what American Greetings or Hallmark tells you is the appropriate thing to do. You know, one time my mom made an entire card backwards. She put the front decorations on the back, and I think she fucked it up, but she said to me, "No, Toluca, this is a card for left-handers." And then since I'm left-handed, I was like, good job getting out of that one, Ma. But it's true. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I did cut this piece of paper wrong. I can see that it has a gap on the bottom. Oh well. We're going with it anyway. So I'm going to tack that down. Sorry if I'm a little snuffly, everyone. The sneeze earlier took out my nose. I think I have post-nasal drip. If I eat certain things or whatever, I'm sneezing, everything's running. But then if I don't do it, then I sound stuffy, so... what I sing, everybody's like, do you have a cold? I'm like, no. I do not have a cold. Oops. I don't know if you heard that, but I ran my glue runner off the table for a hot second. Okay, so say you don't like the white on the bottom. Say you're like, I fucked up. This is too upsetting for me. Like, I can't give this away. Yes, you can. You can either cut off the extra, or how I like to cover up my fuck-ups. See this scissors right here? It's not your normal scissors. Right, exactly. What is the point of making your own cards if you can if you don't want to do this, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get still like 2 cards for $1 still, even with their price increase, I think. So like, if you want to just do it that way, fine, but just go buy your Valentines. It's okay. And if you're not into this, you can buy Valentines. It's okay. Nobody is saying you have to do this, but if you do, and, you know, you're worried about, like, oh, it's different, oh, I fucked it up, don't worry about it. Like, absolutely not. It's all good. People don't expect perfection when you are doing something handmade. Okay, do you see how the ridge now is, like, scalloped? That's what the scissors does. It's called a decorative edge scissors. And see the white on the bottom? That's what we're going to do. We are just going to take our scissors and we are going to run it along the white and we are going to clip that little motherfucker right off. And you know what we can actually do? We can run it on our front as well. And that way we have a scalloped edge. Not a straight one. I don't do straight. But yeah, we can have a scalloped edge on the outside of our card. And now we have an inside card. And oh look, no extra white paper hardly. See? Just be creative. Now, if it were me, I would consider doing the top edge as well. And it is me. So I might do my top edge as a scalloped edge as well. I might either just do the purple paper, or I might do the entire edge. We could just try the purple paper. And if you fuck up, well, there's more paper to be had. So we're going to just try to get it to the edge. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Apologies. And then I'm going to try to rip this off, which is not going to make the cleanest edge, but let me just give it a rip. Like I said, nobody expects perfection unless you're doing this for a business. So this is how it's going to look with me not doing the top edge as a scallop. I can go back in and do it, which I think I will. That way everything looks nice and tidy. Well, that is the hope and the dream anyway. So I'm going to scallop the top edge. And down a little more because it's still not to the purple paper. And yes, I know it's going to make it a more narrow card. But do we really care? No. Because this is only going to friends and family. I'm not selling this on an Etsy shop. I'm not Hallmark. There we go. There is our scalloped edge card. See? Got rid of the white. Added some decorative edging. Not a problem. Plus, our confetti paper that I cut too narrow before might actually be a better fit because I got rid of some of that extra space, and it is. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah, exactly. Do you know that there's an inverse correlation with how well a present is wrapped and how well the expectation of what's inside? So, let's say you took like an origami class and like you can wrap presents like extremely well. People are more invested, let's say, in what's inside of it if it looks neater. So the fact that I have no wrapping skills whatsoever is actually a benefit and not a detriment. Because it's like, oh, this is a shitty $10 present, thanks to Luca, but really, since my wrapping skills are so bad, they're like, whoa, this thing looks so amazing, thanks to Luca. So, I'm gonna glue this down and I'll be right back with you. I have to pull it toward me because I need to center it. Okay. Here, I'll let you look at some of my pretty paper while I tack this down. La-da-da. I hate having to pull it away. I did a lot of prep for this stream, and I mean a lot yesterday. I cut things, we found things. I got a hair stuck to the damn glue. I shed like a shih tzu, it's horrible. Anyway, getting old, losing my hair, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, going back to this. I mean, don't get me wrong, leaving a little DNA at the crime scene never hurt anyone, right? But I'm trying to get my hair unstuck. That's one of the things about this glue, is it tacks on everything. One of the things you should be aware of if you're using glitter paper, most adhesives do not adhere to glitter paper. It's a thing. So if you have like a really sparkly piece of paper and you're like, I want to put stuff on top of it, you're in for, let's just say, as we call it in the business, a time. I am trying to get away from glitter a little bit because of the environment. Although, to be fair, like half of the glitter that ends up in our ocean and whatnot is microplastics. There is an industry that uses it that's actually part of like marine something or other. It's boat paint, it's something or other like that. So it's kind of like plastic straws. The whole, well, when you're in plastic straw, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that is still not centered. We are trying. And this stuff really adheres fast, so you have to work pretty quick to peel it back up if you're going to fuck up. But yeah, so The glitter crafters use is only like a drop in the bucket, like the plastic use straw issue, but yeah. So, okay, good enough. It's crooked. We know. But that's pretty much what our card is going to look like. That's right side up anyway. Okay, we didn't fuck that up. So, yeah, exactly. So, I'm always glad I fuck up wrapping. I am a terrible rapper. Okay, so now, what I think we're going to do is we're going to put this in the middle of here, and then we're just going to write our sentiment on the inside. Who gives a fuck? This is the who gives a fuck. We're not doing traditional cards. It doesn't matter. We're going to put this heart in the middle of this. Alright, is the width the same? Pretty much. The width of the sentiment might be a little thicker than the confetti behind it. That might be a bother to some people because they would want it either more narrow than the confetti or just the exact thickness. We can just very, very lightly tamp this down on the side with the scissors, but you always run the risk of a miscut if you do this. And since I have no left-handed scissors, and I am left-handed, that's also a difficulty. Apparently, left-handed scissors is life-changing for some people. Okay, now we are in the territory of our paper is slightly thicker than our sentiment, so we can just tap that down. I don't know where I want it exactly. I'm going to try to put it in the middle. I am not good at this. There are reasons I can't drive, and one of them is my eyes not aligning actually fucks me over. Like no depth perception, all that fun stuff. But that's okay. Someday when I win hundreds of millions of dollars in the lottery, as is going to happen to all of us, I'm sure, I will just hire a driver. You do not want me behind a death machine. But DEI says that they have to hire me as a pilot. So watch out for that. Someday I'm just going to be like, I would like to fly the friendly skies. And yes, I am the best pilot for the job. And they're like, are you a disabled woman? I'm like, I sure am. And they're like, we need one of you for our quotas. Please step in. Well, not until apparently we get rid of... The only thing between me and a pilot's license is Trump, I assure you. He is the only thing keeping the sky safer. And I did not align that, but again, who gives a fuck? It's not upside down. That's all we give a fuck about, right? It's not upside down. Alright, that's card number 2. We can start working on a third one. Yep. Husband's like, I thought you said you were only making 2 because you get sore. Yeah, but I do have stuff cut out, so it's actually not bad. And see, what's going on? Oh, you're going to take it? We can just write it here. Right here. It's fine. Okay. We could also, if you wanted, like, put more stuff in the center of here so that it's not just a plain old pattern as well. So you have options. You also have options if you want to make your sentiment, like, somewhere in the middle with, like, cuter stuff on it. Or there are half cards with like a design here and it opens up and you can see the design, like how it changes the rest of the way. I'm not artistic like that, so we're not doing that. Okay, we have a green and we have a pink. I think we're going to use the pink. But the green one is always for Little Wolf. I always make Little Wolf green ones. And I'm not sure if he still likes green, but that's the information I have. Here is our pink one. Yes, I love like ancient Egyptian makeup and stuff. I love how they used to do shit back then. It's so good. Okay, we're gonna do the rainbow one. We're gonna do the rainbow one, and it's gonna be probably what I told you not to do. And that is, okay, this is our rainbow paper, obviously. And we are gonna put that rainbow, the vertical rainbow, instead of a horizontal rainbow, we are gonna put it vertical like fish scales. So this is what we're gonna be working with now. As long as you do something intentional, you can pretty much get away with it. So this is gonna be our outside. This is gonna be our inside. I'm not quite sure what we're working with as far as what our sentiment is going to look like. So let's glue this all together. If I misalign the paper, we're going to have to scallop the edges again for a fancy ass-saving look, but it seems to be all the way to the edge. So we are just going to, of course, tack all this down. And yes, I could have technically made the rainbow vertical at points, but that would have been a different cut I didn't do. So sometimes you just have to work with what you have. And that's perfectly fine. Okay, I'm going to finish tacking up the back. We might use the sentiment cards I actually made. By the way, all these different pretty papers with the rainbows and stuff all come from like a big paper pack I bought from Joann Fabrics a while back. They're in bankruptcy. They aren't in bankruptcy. They're running. They're not running. Noodles, don't noodles. Okay, and that's how it's going to look. Now, we could decorate the outside with just regular stuff without doing the paper back, but that depends on. Right, yeah, yeah, actually. That's the way I look at poetry too, though. So maybe I have a bad philosophy. But as long as I do it with intent, as long as I can really justify my choice to do something, really justify, I consider it a win. Okay, now I gotta find a piece of paper. These are the vertical rainbows I was talking about, or the horizontal rainbows that we're gonna add vertically. So I know that they look like they're disparate because one is black, one is white on the back, but I think it will add a nice contrast. We are working more with a shape issue now and more or less than a does this coordinate issue. And this is what it's kind of look like. I thumped the table and husband's like, is someone at the door or something? Or did I drop something? He's so attentive. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like. So let me just tack this down. I'll BRB. Remember to tack it down the right way. If there is such a thing. And I fucked up. Okay, we got to lift it up before it dries. Or in this case, just really adheres together. Let's see. Nope, gotta move it down. Move it down, Toluca. God dang it. It gets really sticky right away. Okay, well, we're gonna have to wing it, Shelpers. Okay. Align. Some people can do this just by eyeballing it. I cannot. Like, and once it's down, it's down. I've done worse. I've done better. I've done worse. So for better or worse, this is what it looks like. Hang on, I'll show you the effect on the... Alright, there we go. So that's going to be our outside inside. And now we have to decide what we're going to do for our sentiment. Now, I've talked about this before, but also you could put a sentiment card like this and then just decorate this half of the sentiment on the interior, so that way there's like a little surprise as well. I could show you what I mean by that. Give me a second. Let's take a bigger sentiment piece. I'm not saying this is the one, Shelpers. But see how big this sentiment piece is? We're gonna put the waves here. Okay, so when they open this card, they'll be like, oh, the sentiment's just right there. And yes, it is. But you could open it and you could have like little flowers or something going along here. So that way when they open it up, it is still a little bit of a surprise. And since we haven't done that way, why don't we give that a try? But first, let's not be an idiot. Hi, me, I'm the problem, it's me. And we could either do the one with the white on it for easier seeing, or the one that's pure pink. I also have a nice set of purple. So this is what our purple sentiment looks like. So do we want with this card a white backed pink, a white backed purple, or just the colors? I really like this one. But also this has kind of the wave on the outside, which would kind of be more of like the rainbow effect because it has the arch and so do rainbows, and I'm not quite sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each piece and we're going to fit it in both ways. So this would be how it would look on the outside versus this is how this one looks on the outside. It fits. I'm just being a dildo. Okay, here we go. I gotta push it toward the camera more. I can see it's a big boy. Hold on, I got extra paper here. Whoops. So that's what that would look like hanging out. And the pink, which I've already technically misplaced. Oh no, I didn't. It's over here. Would look like... Also, we could put it like this. Even though this is a vertical card, we could also put it in like this. So it's only like half sticking out like that. So on and so forth. So do we want the purple? We could also put the pink in with the straight side. Or the pink. I think the two different combinations of pink are nice together. And since it's on the black background, yeah. Since it's on the rainbow background, it kind of like takes away the pink, so you can only like see the pink on like the edges of here and this pink here. But that could also be an over pink, and we could do this. Or if we really want to spice it up, throw in something a little unconventional. We could throw in this one. But see, I don't have any other color on the sides. So this green one would only have like green on the sides. So while the green might be a really great contrast to that pink, a little bit of 90s neon for all you kids who missed out, I think we're better off doing the traditional. I think we're better off with this. Speak now or forever hold your piss. Okay. Because otherwise we're getting this sentiment right here. And if we get that sentiment, we're going to decorate the other half. And how is kind of up to us. So, you like the purple back more? Alright, we'll do the purple back. We'll probably fit it in this way though, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, this way it's bolder. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put it toward the camera more. Okay, should it go the long way? Or should it go the tall way? Like, do we want this bitch fat or do we want her tall? Sticking out. We also don't have to put it that far back. We could like put it here. But if we do it horizontally, we should probably have it like all the way to the side almost. Maybe just like a little bit hanging out. So either way it looks nice. I'm not sure. So vertical or horizontal, Shelpers, you let me know. The tall looks more appealing. It is a vertical card. Would make sense for the sentiment to also be vert. Okay, we will tuck that in there. And I will be right back with you. Actually, no, we're not going to tuck that in there. I'm stupid. Hang on. So I said we will decorate the sentiment a bit. Now, I have some rub-ons. And if you don't know what a rub-on transfer is, it's kind of like a temporary tattoo. And you can like rub the back of it with like a popsicle stick. And the friction and whatnot adds it to the back. I have some felt hearts and other such goodies. So a felt heart is literally made out of thin ass felt. And it has a sticky back. It's a sticker, but it has a different texture. It's very thin. I have smaller ones than that. But we could go in that direction. I have pink, red, and white only. But I do have some really small ones. So we could just add like that to the hidden space. I have other stuff we could add as well. We could do... Hold on, let me get my other stuff. I'm going to bury the card we're working on. That's not smart, Luca. I almost called myself my actual name. I was going to be like, God damn it, Stacy. But now we're good. Okay, so we could have some of these sentiments. Like some of them are small. So we could run them across the top. We have Be My Hero, You Are a QT, Dream Team, Crazy for You. I'm Z1 for you. What the fuck? Some of this stuff. Real Love, Te Amo, Hug Me, Sure Love, Sweet Talk. But I don't know if these would actually go well on our sentiment. Some of them are pretty long. Plus, we're trying to decorate this part. So I don't think that would work unless we run it like horizontal. We also have these little like stickers and like there are little hearts here. We don't have to do much. We could just like do a little bling or a little extra. I'm trying to find flat stuff because usually when you make a card, you want the interior flat. You want the exterior to be the one that has all the like raised up stuff. I do have in this same bag like little flowers to put on there in case like flowers will work better with a rainbow. Let's see what else we got in this bag. I bought this bag at a garage sale, which is why it has the 25 cents on it. It had a bunch of things. Let's just dig some out. It has, well, with sympathy, that... I'm sorry I laughed at that. I'm just thinking of a Valentine. Give your chronically single friends a Valentine card that says with sympathy. Oh my god, okay. Okay. I'm old, Shelpers, what can I tell you? That was a good chuckle. I have a bunch of other stuff though. Like, we could have used like this kind of thing as a sentiment. Because I have like backgrounds and stuff. We have like all sorts of weird stuff in this bag. We have even more stuff. I think we're better off doing some of the rubbing, though. I do. I think that's the best thing. Because, like, I would love to do this as a background and then put a heart on it. That would be really cute, but not for this card, I don't think. I could also put some of the felt hearts on the outside of the rainbow part, excuse me. I'm getting a little parched, I believe. So my voice will fade out when I get parched. That's just how I work. So we're gonna tuck some of this back in here. So we have a cleaner workspace. Don't be like me and make your workspace like really fucked up and like all sorts of stuff. I just can't get over this with sympathy. Please don't think I'm kidding. I will show you when I clean up. This sentiment. Right here. Valentine's Day with sympathy. Not with 100% more sympathy. Like I said, I could also do like little flowers. That's a black one. That would not be good. I guess that goes with sympathy. Or stocking or whatever. This would be great if it weren't already, if it were a different color. This little leaf cutout thing. Just something to add a little bit of pizzazz. Okay, we're going to do the rub-ons. So let me dig those out. I say that as I'd already put them to the side somewhere. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. And this is what I'm using. It's a Heidi Grace rub-on. Rub-ons are a blast, it says. Well, they're usable. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the plastic. By the way, I also got some of this at a garage sale. One year we went to a garage sale that was our citywide. Our rummage, garage, yard, stoop sale, whatever you call it, where you're from. And what we had did was, there was this woman downsizing her crafting stuff. We're going to have to take a look at which stuff we want. I think I just want some simple hearts. Or we could do this like man and woman under an umbrella up here. But I think like doing a heart or two. Oh, if you hear clinking, husband is putting ice in a cup for me. He's going to give me some water. He's going to keep me nice and hydrated. I know I'm a land turtle, but... So we could do the sweets, but we don't have anything sweet. And we don't really have any rainbow. Oh, wait. I got like an 84,000 IQ idea, Shelpers. This is a rainbow card, right? So we could put the couple under the umbrella on the sentiment part. Because, it's the rainbow, it's raining. Oh my god, like 5,000 IQ. Where's my scissors? Okay, well now we gotta rummage through and find where you left your purple scissors. There we go. And then you can cut out just the part you want to transfer. And I want this couple. I want them so badly. I'm going to actually cut through some of the good stuff to get this couple. They'll have to live with it. Okay. I'm going to try to transfer over the flowers if I can, because they have little red flowers with them. Okay, I'm going to put this stuff back. Okay, we're going to cut the little hearts, so we could just do the hearts too. Yeah, exactly. Crazy for you with sympathy. That would be amazing. Although, sometimes, I could send that to my husband like, I love you forever with sympathy. Like, sorry. Sorry you're stuck with me. He, of course, does not find that amusing. He is glaring at me from our kitchenette. So, I have done my job for the day. Alright, Shelpers. We're going to do this vertically. We're going to move this thing so we have more of a flat surface. And we're going to pray. Actually, I might call an audible on this, and I might put the critter ditters. Yeah, you remove the backing. So now they just look like this. And then you put the transparent end down. Okay, I'm going to put them on the bottom of our sentiment. Gotta line them up. They kind of do adhere a little bit to the paper you're working with, but I'm going to line them up on the bottom here. It's not going to be a hidden little extra feature, but that'll be good anyway. So we're going to just, 1 second. Marvelous, darling. Thank you for the water break. Okay, we're going to line them up, and then I'm going to scrub them with all of my might. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to put them on the bottom. The flowers are going to grow on the bottom. I wish I could do this for you on camera. I will try. The camera's like pretty far away, and if I move... today you can't see through many of the boxes, but we have them stacked so that we can actually have the camera be a hands cam. I don't have any kind of like a camera holder or a boom mic thing that you can put on or your camera on or anything like that. So, okay, straight enough? Straight enough. The couple looks straight anyway. It might not be, but that's another thing. A lot of Valentine's Day stuff, of course, is still aimed at the heteros. I mean, not that I blame people. I mean, the majority is still hetero. One time we were doing a wedding reception for my 2 uncles. They were family friends, but they were like uncles to me. And they got married around the time that you could, get gay married. I.e., regular fucking married just to whatever the fuck spouse you wanted of age. And we gave them a reception at my mom's house, and I played help finding them an appropriate wedding topper. But Amazon does have like 2 gentlemen getting married together or whatever, and it's a keepsake. So they actually, took it home with them, and they're like, "Where did you find this?" I said, "Well, on Etsy they had customizable ones." I said, "But Amazon actually has a shop now that had it," and it was like many years ago already, although not that many. Gay marriage hasn't been legal that long, if it stays legal, but we're talking about good things today, so yeah. So that was nice. You have to make sure you rub thoroughly, for Valentine's night, making your Valentine's cards. Always rub thoroughly, shelpers. Because you don't want to leave any little bit of this behind. Any little speck, and you will. If you don't rub hard enough, you'll leave it behind. Okay, now you gently lift up the image. Gently peel. And see if it transferred. So, if you peel and it doesn't all transfer, put it back down and keep going. But I think I did it correctly. Yeah, ta-da! Okay, now we have a rub-on. It will not go anywhere. And this is what's on our... Yeah, exactly. So this is what is on the bottom of our sentiment now. We still have a lot of room to write. Whatever. You can also, like, if you're into calligraphy, you could just have written, like, Happy Valentine's Day or whatever you wanted. If you have like a Cricut Joy or another kind of machine, they will sometimes write things for you. You can have sentiments that are stampers you could buy ink for and just have like loving you, missing you, whatever it is. So I do have some stamps, but I don't have a lot of good ink. And 2, you need a lot of stamps to do what you need to do. Okay, now we have to decide how much of this is going to stick out. Like, do we want just a little bit of flower to stick out? Or do we want like one person to stick out? I think the one person would be kind of fun. Like one person sticks out here, and then you open it up, and then boom, there's the second person. I'm gonna do that. Like it kind of looks like, oh, there's a person like getting out of the rain or whatever, and then you open it up and it's like, bam, there's a couple. That's a nice idea. If we can manage it, if we can manage it. We gotta remember, I'm not very good at this. Oh boy. Let's just line everything up. Line it. Okay, now we still have our one person. That is a good idea. Okay, now here we are. We're gonna just do the gluing like I normally do, where I don't let it actually move because I suck and I moved it anyway. God dang it. So let me just tap this down easily. Okay. Okay, she's still the only one under the umbrella, looks like, hopefully. I'll show you all in a minute. I need to have almost a heart failure issue and then finish tapping this down with the glue. I really like this idea because it's like no matter what rain we have, there will either be rainbows or I will walk with you under the umbrella. Corny, but actually really cool. Okay, and we have it done. Like I said, we could put another piece of contrasting paper here. We could even put a piece of the purple paper. So we could put this purple paper and put it in here, like the same shade in here. So doesn't really matter what you do. Like I said, I might keep them white. I might actually put like, I have like little vertical stickers I might put in here later. It all kind of depends. Well, that is a half card. Or what they call a 3/4 card, I guess you should say, because the back is full and then the front is half. So this is a 3/4 card. And I showed you basically 3 ways to do it. By the way, remember to put the sentiment glued into the back here. So, not the top. So I showed you the front overhang that hides the sentiment. I showed you a card you just write in here what you want to say. Although I would decorate the pretty sheet of paper a little more first. If you're going to do it that way, I might go back to that other card later. And then this one where it's just the sentiment, but it looks like she's walking alone till you open it. So I showed you kind of 3 ways to do 3/4 cards. You could also not cut off the other quarter like I did here. And instead you could do a fold. So this is the piece that came off this card. So you could have done something called an S or a Z fold, where you fold it like back and over, and then it would have made like a fold on a card, and that way you could have had like other stuff you could have put in there. But this is easy enough. Just cut off the front. How I do that, I'll show you if I can find it. I use a paper trimmer. It's this thing. You just put it in, make it flat, press down on this, and it cuts for you. That's how I get it out of there. You can use a scissors, but I have better luck with these because I can kind of measure with them. They do have like a thing that like stretches out. I'm gonna have to like show you upside down. In case you're working with like bigger paper, it has like a bigger measure. So, all right, everybody. I think that concludes our Valentine making stream. I wanted to show you a different method of doing things and a few different ways to do them. Like I said, you can decorate the interior little flap of this. I know someone who actually makes it so that people can cut these off and use them as bookmarks when people are done with them. Like they decorate this part really nice, make the back of the card perforated, so you can just cut this part off after you decorate it, and the person can use it for their books. So, like, if that's something you want to dick with and see if you can make it work, that's also a possibility. I'm not that crafty, Shelpers. I'm just not. Okay, everybody. I will see you on Friday for more Cult of the Lamb. I want you to take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. Bye!